Signs of the Swarm dropped a new album to rid myself of truth. We spoke with David from Signs of the Swarm.
Mhm.
You could go check it out. It was an incredible conversation. Honestly, one of my favorite interviews we've done in a minute. I don't know. It was funny. It was serious. We hit like every note on that interview, and it was chock full of information. So if you're a fan of the band or if you want to learn more about this record, watch the interview because he gave us every detail. It was awesome. Um, this record, as I've said before, the history of the podcast, the heavier stuff that is kind of more in line with what this record is typically isn't what I'm gravitated towards. I think it's good. I can respect it, and I just kind of leave it. But with this record specifically, I think they find that happy medium of super fucking heavy shit and then also stuff you're able to follow. I don't know, you understand what I'm saying. I don't
Mhm.
know if someone else would get what I'm saying. Where it's kind of just like
There's
you
some
could
melody.
still there's yeah. Oh, it's
Melodic.
melodic. Damn it. Do I have anything to say? Am I just throwing that
Just
buzzword around
throw it.
calling
I'm
it?
gonna throw up a tally counter.
You know what? I'm 2 for 2 right now. No, it is, but it truly is. I think they have that great balance of you could see yourself bopping to this and not just like punching the daylights out of someone to this because you know that's typically how it goes with like deathcore and super heavy metal. But with this one there's a really good balance. Obviously with the features they go the full deathcore, specifically with the Will Ramos feature. Fucking shout out my Puerto Rican brother, hell yeah. So yeah, no, I think it's incredible. I think it checks every box. As I said before, I'm not the target audience for it. You know, my favorite band is Don Broco. So take that as you will. I'm very curious to hear your review though, since this is more of your speed.
Yeah, I think this record's incredibly solid. I mean, you know, we talked about it on the interview with David, which, like you said, was a phenomenal chat. But Amongst Alone and Empty, you know, moved the needle for them in ways that they really weren't expecting, and I do really like that record. We had chatted with Bobby about it,
Hmm.
and I think that record's solid, but it was just kind of like ripped my fucking face off, and that was it. And that's what I really
Yeah.
that's really what I want when I listen to this kind of music anyway. But I do feel like this album levels it up
Hmm.
from Amongst Alone and Empty, and really makes a statement even more so than that album did. I think there's some moments on this record that are super digestible because they are, you know, melodic and whatnot, but there's also plenty of moments that are very much signs of the Swarm that are just like, how absolutely batshit insane can we get? And
Yeah.
I really dig that, and the dichotomy of that. You know, the feature pulls on this album are absolutely insane, with Will from Lorna Shore and Phil from Whitechapel,
Yeah,
back
it's
to
insane.
back too.
They knew what they were doing
You're
with that.
trying to kill me.
Mhm.
And then Fear and Judgment with 156 Silence in Prison. 156 Silence in particular is a band that I really, really dig. So seeing them on this track list as well is just like the icing on the cake. This really just feels like the band being like, we are here now. We are here, and we are just going to prove
Mhm.
again why we deserve to be here. And that's kind of what this record feels like. It's not quite like a victory lap in a sense. It's just like, here you go. Like, this is why we deserve where we are,
Exactly.
and hence why it feels like they've leveled everything up. Yeah, this record is just bonkers from the second you turn it on until the second it's done. It doesn't slow down. It doesn't stop. It doesn't ask you if you're doing okay.
Nope.
It just keeps punching you in the
There are
face,
no wellness
spitting
checks.
on you, and then when
Yeah.
it's done, it just leaves you in a pile of rubble in the corner. And I love it. You know, I like the title track, the way it opens with "To Rid Myself of Truth." Hell must fear me. You know, that title's all caps for a reason.
Be warned. Yeah.
They did a great job of picking what song to stylize in all caps. Clouded Retinas and Iron Sacrament, those two absolutely bonkers features back to back, are just insane. Fear and Judgment is another one of my favorites, and then I do like the way it closes with Creator. It's probably like the most tame track on the record. All things considered, I think it ties things together very nicely. Tame in the sense of the album that we're talking about.
In the context of the record.
Yes. But this is such a phenomenal record, and I'm excited to see what this does for the band, considering the success off the back of the last record, the success the standalone single had in between albums, and I can only imagine where this is going to take them. I'm hoping for just an absolute catapult. They're going to be headlining this fall off the back of this record. Peep the dates, see if it's coming near you. They are bonkers live. They are so good.